cheap. That's why I'm gonna take you to find out if we can enjoy London with just $100. First, transportation. You can travel all around the city using the Tube, the world-famous underground metro system, for just $2.40. Or rent a city bike and go anywhere you want for just $3. London is filled with lots of entertainment. For just £5, you can watch a live play at Shakespeare's Globe Theatre or visit the city's museums, which are completely free. Thirsty? Grab a beer from an old local tavern for just $2. And for just $11, you can take an Uber boat and see all of London's famous places like Big Ben, the Tower Bridge, and the Shard. London is not cheap, but with a little bit of luck, a lot of preparation, and just $100, anyone can enjoy a little piece of London. That's 1 minute. See you tomorrow. In the UK, there's a garden filled with poisonous plants. It's called the Alnwick Garden. Let us show you what's inside. This place has over 100 plants that made people all over the world lose their minds and sometimes die. Like this plant, it's called laurel, and it produces cyanide that was used as a chemical weapon in World War I. Or this plant, rhododendron. In some countries, they use the honey from this flower to make mad honey that will give you crazy hallucinations. This garden was made by the Duchess of Northumberland. She didn't want it to be just another garden. Instead, she wanted it to be a place where kids can go to learn about how dangerous drugs can be. So next time you see a shiny berry or a beautiful rose, remember the poison garden Alnwick, because what's beautiful can also sometimes kill you. That's 1 minute. See you tomorrow.
In London, we found a guy who built a LinkedIn for the homeless.
Hi Nas Daily, my name's Alex.
A few years ago, Alex made friends with a homeless man on the street. Every day on his way to work, he would give this man coffee and food. Until one day, the homeless man was rushed to the hospital. The next time Alex saw him, he was weaker than ever. That's when Alex realized no matter how much food he gave the man, the only way the homeless man can level up was by getting a job. So he started working on a LinkedIn for the homeless. He started a company called Beam, where homeless people can create a profile, start a crowdfunding campaign to get the training they need, apply for jobs, and get support from one another. And also, they get them transport to go to interviews. Thanks to Alex's work, in the future, we can live in a world where everyone can pay for their own food. And the only food people will ever have to share will be at home, with friends, and family. That's 1 minute. See you tomorrow.
In Cambridge, United Kingdom, this scientist built the biggest hard drive in the world, and he made it using DNA.
Hi, I'm Nick Goldman.
His work requires him to download hundreds of terabytes of data. That's when he realized his computer would run out of space very, very soon. So he thought, why not store data on DNA from cells? He converts digital files into DNA code. Basically, Nick turned DNA into a super small hard drive that you can't even see. With DNA, you can store unlimited movies and music and files forever. This technology is in the very early stages, but in another 10 or 20 years, you might be able to store trillions of terabytes into something as small as this. That's 1 minute. See you tomorrow.
Did you know that driving on the right in the UK is illegal? Yes, every country has crazy driving rules that you need to know about so that you don't get into an accident. But don't worry, today I'm gonna tell you about all of them. In Sweden, you must keep your headlights on all the time, even in the middle of the day. In Queensland, Australia, it's illegal to sleep in your car. In Cyprus, you can't eat and drive. And in the UK, everyone drives on the left. That's because when people were still riding on horses, they kept a sword on them. And if someone tried to carjack them, they easily pull out the sword with their right hand and stab anybody who would try to rob them. Over the years, the UK lost the swords, but kept the left riding, because it's kinda cool. Driving abroad can be a lot of fun, but also a bit scary when you don't know all the rules. Don't worry though, because no matter where you go, there is one word every driver understands, And that is... Move it! That's 1 minute. See you tomorrow.
If it isn't obvious, I'm not white. I'm brown. And growing up in the Middle East, I thought white people lived in places like London. But now that I'm a grown-up in London, I realized I was wrong. London is not white. Turns out British white people in London are the minority. And the majority? Pakistan,
India,
France,
Senegal.
people from all races and colors. This place has 300 languages spoken, a mayor of a Pakistani origin, and an Indian meal of tikka masala, considered by some to be a national dish. National dish?
My name is Black Lion, right? Black Lion from Jamaica.
Places like London make me happy because the more colors, culture, and languages you can fit in a city, the more people can call this place home. I'm not white, but in London, I feel at home! Let me ask you a question.
Do you understand English?
Because even if the answer is yes, the minute you land in this English-speaking country,
You'll feel like you don't.
you do not. This is Ireland, a unique country where the locals have some of the thickest accents in English that we have ever heard.
Your accent's a bleeding maggot with me now, I'm telling you.
Something as simple as what's up, people say,
What's a crack?
how are you?
How are you, bud?
And full sentences become really hard to understand.
I need to go to the sunbed shop.
What?
Sunbed?
Mind you, all of this is considered English here in Ireland.
Why can't you understand us?
In this country, you need to pay full attention to every word they say to understand them.
But go for a pint of Guinness.
And if you don't, it's okay. Just get a pint of beer, a friend or two, and have a mighty good time in the country of Ireland.
Welcome to Ireland! That's what
The Queen of England is dead, but she wasn't just England's queen. She was also the queen of 15 other countries, including Canada, Jamaica, and many more. Now, with her gone, her oldest son, King Charles III, will be the official king of Britain, which means all the money will be printed with his face. British passports will mention the king or his majesty, and even the national anthem will change to God Save the King. King Charles III will now also become king of all the other countries the Queen ruled over. But many of them might want to break away from the English monarchy. And if they do, the King can't do anything about it, because these are independent countries. The Queen was loved and respected by everyone. In a world that kept changing every day, she was the only constant. And now, with her death, everything from paper bills to the entire world is going to change. Rest in peace, Queen of England. That's 1 minute. See you tomorrow.